Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Claude and the Banstas. Hope you're all well. Thank you very much for joining us on this. I don't know, ain't been too bad. Wednesday evening. Got a fantastic, obviously, person with me today. My bro from another Mo, the gorgeous looking Diesel. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well.
Love you, Till. Yeah, all good, mate. All good. All good. Thank you very much. Hope everyone's well in the chat. Looking lively in the Bansta house as per usual. Yeah, it's going to be a good one, mate.
Let's start off with the people in the chat. Name them. Let's name a few of them.
Right. Block City Wars Guide, Stan Kroenke, the man himself. Thanks for getting Partey over the line, by the way, Stan. Stuff, U2B, Epic, Nin, you're taking the piss, mate. Omar, my brother, Conor McCrudden. He just talks a lot of crud. See what I did there? David Dundas, Diego. How are you, Diego? Hope you're well, mate. Lone Star, who agrees with me lately. And we get there in the end, Lone Star. James Dunlop, Last Man Standing. Charles. Who else have we got? Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Oh, actually, no. Oh, B Rabbits. Not seen you before, mate. Hope you're well. Sick thumbnail. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
West Ham Man, Strings. Hope you're well, mate.
Hope you're well, Strings.
Mr. What have we got? Oh, some newbies, Tell. Harry Williams. Hope you're well, Harry.
Thank you very much for coming over, Harry. Appreciate it, mate.
Jim Murphy. Hope you're well, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Steve Cockgrove.
Hey, Steve, hope you're well, mate. Chelsea fan. Yeah, Chelsea fan.
My guy Bertrand.
Sorry, Diesel, just before you say that, Steve, because it's just reminded me. Only Fools and Horses, guys. Only Fools and Horses. I've been in contact with Anthony Costa. He's got in contact with me. We may be doing it this Friday. So watch this space. This Friday night, we may be doing the Only Fools. If it ain't this Friday, it'll definitely be next Friday.
Next Friday, yeah. Might have to be next Friday.
Okay, that's fine. So next Friday, without that, Only Fools and Horses stream on Claude and the Banstas.
And guys, we'll be doing that without fail. Okay, so I don't care who drops out, right? Whoever drops out, tough. We're doing it. So yeah. Bertrand, hope you well, mate. Jake Davis. We'll get there in the end. Tell. Just give me another half hour. Steve, hope you're good. Good friend Douglas is in the chat.
How you doing, Doug? Hope you well, mate.
Laurie Nix, Mike England, Anthony Herbert. Oh, hang on. Who's this? Oregon Goon. Yeah, I've done well there. Phil McGroin. Oh, he's got me. He's done me, isn't he? Phil McGroin. Oh, he's done me. Hope you well, Phil. Tom McLaughlin, Carter Sage. Beaker. Hope you well, Beaker. Michael's in the chat. SA Forza. Archie. And that is it. Brilliant.
Excellent. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming over. Really appreciate it, mate. Really appreciate it. Right, let's get started. We are going to talk about tonight. The first topic is, was Arteta backed? I'm going to get this up so we can all go through it with you all. And here we go. Where is it? Here it is. There's the one. Here we go, Diesel. As you can see on screen, right? So outgoings first. Let's talk about the outgoings first. Obviously, we know that Martinez went to Villa. Guendouzi's gone out on loan. Mavropanos has gone out. Mkhitaryan's gone out. And Lucas Torreira's gone out. As for the going outs, what's your thoughts on that, Diesel?
Yeah, it's funny. I can't see it on the screen after you use my phone. Martinez gutted about. I still can't get over it, if I'm honest, mate. Guendouzi, I like him, but, you know, it is what it is. If he's got no future, he's got to go. Mavropanos, don't rate him. Mkhitaryan, yeah, goodbye. Torreira, didn't want to be here. Fitness issues, can't last the full game. I'm glad he's gone. Tell, I don't count the Mkhitaryan one because to me, that was months ago. Nowhere near enough for me. Nowhere near enough. It speaks volumes when you've still got a good 7-8 players, or you know what I would call dross, Deadwood, that is still here. So in terms of that, was he backed? For me, no. And I know we spoke about this on the previous, but the way I look at it, these negotiators who are at the club, who are on millions, by the way, millions, they are paid millions, right? So for that, for a job like that, getting paid what you're paid, you know, what you're getting paid. Sorry, mate, it's no, they haven't done their job. It's as simple as that. Simple as that for me. But
Right.
Oh well.
I'm gonna hold off fire for my thoughts on the players out, because what I want to do is I want to talk about the players in first, get Diesel's thoughts, and then I will give my thoughts afterwards as a whole. So Diesel, when you look at the players in, obviously we've got Willian from Chelsea, Suarez, Renarson, Mari, Gabriel, and we're all having a party. Thomas Partey, mate. What is your thoughts on that?
Let's start with Thomas Partey, mate. He was the one I wanted to tell. You know, I've been saying it for ages. You know, you'll back me up. You know, I've always wanted that tall, physical, strong, dominant figure in the midfield, a beast. That was the word I used, a beast. And that's what he is. You know, let's have it right. You know, that's what he is. He's a class midfielder, mate. He's got. What I like about Partey, he's complete. He can do. Yeah. He can do everything. Right, and I think he'll take our midfield up levels. Willian, good player. Not necessarily sure we needed him, if I'm honest. But like I said, if he comes in surrounded by other, you know, good players or whatever, then yeah, I'll take that. If that's our marquee signing, then no. Renarson, well,
sorry.
Yeah, Renarson. We haven't seen him. We don't know, mate. We, you know, I can't really comment on that. Gabriel, very happy from what I've seen so far. Still a bit early for me, but from what we've seen of him so far, very, very good buy. Very good buy. Cedric couldn't even get into the first team at Southampton, mate, and people want to tell me he can, you know, he can just walk in this team. No. For me, Maitland-Niles is better. I'd have him at right back. Emil Smith-Rowe. I like Emil Smith-Rowe. I want to see him given a chance, but he's always injured. That's what worries me about him. Could be another Wilshere there. And Pablo Mari, again, he had a couple of decent games, but again, you can't really comment, can you? He's been injured. Again, it's that word, isn't it? Injured. Do you know what I mean? We are cursed. Absolutely cursed. By the way, mate, talking about the Arteta backing thing, a lot of them players, to me, are not Arteta buys. So that tells me he's not been backed. But that's just my opinion. But go on, what do you think?
Yeah, right. Let's get to it. For me personally, right, I do think he's been backed in a sense. When you look at let's start with the going outs. Like I said, I don't know if people see our stream the other day. With the going outs, right, I still can't believe, right, that, I mean, we go on about all these players that they're rubbish, let's be honest, Socrates, Kozniak, Mustafi, a few of the others, right? We keep going on about how rubbish they are, and why don't we get rid of them? I still can't believe that not one club at the bottom of the Premiership, right, that are going to be needing players for their squad and all that, or people fighting for the Championship, have not come in to try and even loan any of these players. Why is that? It ain't just about Arsenal trying to get them out. I mean, other teams, if they're interested, they can come sniffing and ask the question about, can we get them on loan? I mean, you look at Chelsea's players, right? Everyone always goes over to Chelsea and say, oh, can we loan this one? Like Loftus-Cheek and things like that. So why don't they do that with these players? So I don't think it's easy. I don't think it's as easy as us just saying, let's get rid of the deadwood, right? The reason why we can't get rid of the deadwood is because some of these players, like Kozniak, is on 80 to 100 grand a week, right? What team at the bottom or even in the Championship or even in Germany or anything like that are going to take him off of our hands and pay him 100 grand a week? No one's going to do that. No one's going to do it.
Right. Okay. So what you're saying is the salaries, yeah. Right, number one, right. There are a lot of players probably in the same bracket as Kolasinac, even worse, who are on that sort of money tell. Right. So 100 grand a week to us is a lot of money. To a lot of these clubs, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I personally think, right, what you're saying is that why didn't any of these clubs come sniffing about? For one, we don't know if they did or not. You know,
exactly.
just because it doesn't make the papers doesn't mean it didn't happen, right?
Yeah.
And thirdly, what I'd say, mate, is my honest opinion on it is I think Arsenal are too greedy, right, when it comes to the transfer fees. And I'll give you an example. Kolasinac, just say, argument's sake, right? It's, I don't know, 10 million, right? 10 million, give us 10, you can have him. On top of that, you've got his 100 grand a week wages, right? Now, to a lot of clubs, when you look at the calibre of player, you're probably thinking, yeah, the 10 million fee is not really a problem. It's the salary, right?
Yeah.
So why can't an Arsenal then say, okay, give us 7.5 or 8, we'll knock off a couple of million, yeah, which makes it more attractive for the club. So they'll look at it, think, okay, 8 million, yes, his salary is on a lot of money, but we're saving 2 million on the transfer fee. We put that towards his salary. Yeah, we can live with that. We'll take him. You know, do you know what I'm saying? That's where, and that's what that word, negotiation, right? Arsenal have got negotiators here. And I keep saying it, I stress it. They want a lot of money, right? And surely they can't get a deal over the line like that, especially when Socrates, I'm sure it was Napoli, the manager openly come out and said, I want him. I want that player, right?
Yeah.
So why is he still here? You have to ask these questions, man. Do you know what I mean? What's going on?
Exactly what I was trying to say. I mean, you look at what Diego just said there. Sorry, you took it off. But basically what he was saying is like Crystal Palace can't afford them wages. They can't afford them wages. So what do we then do? That's what I'm saying. What else can Arsenal do? That's why I keep reiterating and saying that come next year, most of these players will be gone and off of our books anyway. They'll be gone. Their contract expires.
I get that, right? But what you're saying, right? So you keep referring to Premier League clubs. Yeah. I said it the other day. There's thousands of clubs, thousands, right? There's different countries, different leagues, different this, different that, right? Exactly. You know, it's not just the Premier League, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying, even with our loans, mate, right? We're poor on loans still because these players who we've loaned out, there's no obligation to buy. Right?
Yeah.
Right? We've got rid of them for a year, right? Maybe, you know, we're not paying their salaries, but they're coming back.
Yeah.
So exactly, yeah. So when you look at it, mate, are we any better off? Because they're coming back. And, and a lot of them who come back have got a year left to right? They could all do an Ozil and just sit. And then we don't make no money.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what I'm saying. That's why, look, at the end of the day, you say, are we better off? Yeah, of course we're better off because a lot of people didn't like Torreira anyway. Guendouzi, I didn't think he was any good. And look what we've got come in the other way. Thomas Partey, which is a fantastic addition to the squad, right? Let me just read out the super chat from Doug out. Very well, Doug. He said, the players that are still there, who is Deadwood? We'll come back to that in a minute, Doug. But more or less the people we just said, I think, these are what you say. Socrates, Mustafi, Kosniak, probably, you know, some people would say Chambers, you know what I mean? And Shaka. You know, there's still a few players that we need to get rid of, right? Now, let me get on to the incomings, right? Now, at the end of last season, when we finished that season and the transfer, well, even throughout, I mean, probably for the last 10 years, we've been saying we need a spine, right? We need a spine. We need to go out. We need to get a central defender. We need to get a defensive midfielder. And obviously, we've got the striker there already, right? Don't forget that Aubameyang has signed a new deal and all. I know that ain't a new player coming in, but like I said, if we would have sold him in the summer and got bloody Cavani on loan, like Man United did, this club would have, I mean, the fans would have been in uproar. Let's be honest. The fans would have been in uproar even more than what they already was, right? So Aubameyang is like a new signing if you put that into perspective in that situation, right? So what I want to do is I just want to take this picture off and I want to prove my point of what I'm trying to say here. And that is, let me just get it up, Diesel. Sorry, mate.
No, go on,
which one is it? It's this one here. Right. This one here, Diesel. Right. Our spine in 2004 was Lehmann in goal, Sol Campbell, a central defender, Patrick Vieira, and Thierry Henry. I mean, that is an unbelievable spine. We all know that. We all wish we had that again, don't we? Right? When was the last time that we had that? Are we getting close now this season? Are we getting close to being something like that? Look at that. You got Leno in goal. We all know that we would have said Martinez in goal at the moment, but let's be honest, Leno the last couple of games has been fantastic and saved us in the games, right? You got Gabriel as looks like a fantastic centre back. He looks strong. He looks like he's you know what I mean. He's going to push us forwards. Now we've got Thomas Partey in that Patrick Vieira role, and then you've got aubameyang up front like Thierry Henry. Now, look at that and tell me why we can't get excited as fans, Diesel.
Right, because when I look at that, right, you can't help but think, but obviously compare, yeah?
Yeah,
so,
obviously.
Right, so Lehmann pisses all over Leno for me, right?
Yeah, at the moment, obviously, yeah. You know.
Yeah, right. Sol Campbell, I mean, you know, listen, Gabriel needs time. He's still young, right? Yeah. But as of right now, you know,
I'm not saying that these are, you know, carbon copies of these players. I'm just saying, when was the last time we had a spine like that in between 2004 and now, Diesel?
Yeah, no, look, I get what you're saying, mate. I do get what you're saying. I think, but when I look at, see, the thing is, see, this is what it takes. It takes me back to the argument I was having about, obviously, you know, we didn't do enough of what was required, right? Because those players on the left there, right, ballers, yeah, Sol Campbell, Thierry Henry, Vieira, right, class players individually, but when you look at the team they were in, right, so the players are around them was just full of world class. It was full of class, wasn't it? Right, our team now, Partey, brilliant buy, great buy, but he can't do it on his own, and not only that. Let's be honest, right? And I think this is very doubtful, by the way. He might come in and flop.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be honest. That's not a given that he's going to come in and tear it up. I think he will, right? I think he will. If he can't make it here, then blimey. I mean, I don't know who can. You know, he's exactly what we need. But at the same time, I look at Pepe and the jury's still out on him. You know, and I just, do you get what I mean? You know, coming from different leagues, and this league is an unforgiving league, and bigger and better players have come here and been swallowed up. Let's have that right. But you know, what a start. Gabriel as well. For me, is who he's partnered with. That will determine for me whether he's a success or a failure. It's who he's partnered with. That's why I was so excited about Saliba coming in. Obviously we don't know what's going on there, but look, you know, Aubameyang, I didn't like the way he handled his contract. I thought it was disgusting, but that aside, what a goal scorer. And that's what I'm saying, Till. You know, that's what I said to you. We're not a million miles off. That's what's so frustrating, because you know, when you're that close, you can taste it, you can smell it. Exactly. That's how I look at it. That's why I get so wound up, right?
Listen, the thing is, I mean, I know a lot of people think that I'm a little bit, you know, what do you call it, blindsided because I'm all for Arteta and blah blah blah.
A little bit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm excited. I think personally we've got the manager to make us great, right? And you know as well as anybody, Diesel, I've backed Arteta since we lost to Baku in when we lost 4-1 to Chelsea. I've backed Arteta to come in. I wanted Arteta. That is why I'm enthusiastic of Arteta to be our manager, right? I know, obviously, I think across the board, all Arsenal fans would have wanted more players coming in. Let's be honest, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? But when we use them three little words that everybody keeps using, and that is trust the process, that this is what it is, right? We're building the spine now, right? We're building the spine there. We've got 4 great, fantastic players there that can take us forward, right? Now, if you include into that Saliba, right? Obviously, we don't know what's happening with him, but You know, he's in our squad still. So let's, you know what I mean? We've got Tierney. Fantastic. We want him. We've said it, Diesel. We want him to be our captain. He's in the future. He's going to be our captain without a shadow of a doubt. Fantastic player. Maitland-Niles as right back. Do you know what I mean? Another great, young, fantastic player. So that back five, if Saliba does cement that with Gabriel, is fantastic. Then you move forward in front of him. Partey, Ceballos. You know what I mean? Obviously, we still need to get one, maybe two more in January or next summer. We know that, right? Now look at going forward even better, right? You've got Saka, William, Pepe, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Martinelli. Do you know what I mean? This is really exciting times. Really exciting times. And the club is going, for me, in the right direction. Right? I know, look, I'm sure everybody will hold their hands up. Even, you know, even tired, let's be honest, would hold his hands up and say, yes, we need to do more. We need to do more. We know we need to do more. We know we need to get these players off of our books. Do you know what I mean? But this is a start of a new era for me. It's a new start. We've got the right manager. We're getting the right players in the positions that we actually need. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, Diesel. I mean, how many times have we gone out in the transfer window and it would have been likely for our board to go and get a bloody forward when we don't need a forward? Well, we would do, but I mean, we needed Partey and we needed Gabriel more importantly.
You know what it is, right? Right, and look, you know, I have my view. You know, you've got your view, but I do try and see it from where, from your point of view. I do try and look at it from another angle. Yeah. I just can't help. I can't help tell. The one thing that I stick by is this. Right, I get what you're saying. Right, you know, when you have a spine, and you know, we've said that before, haven't we? You know, we need a spine. Yeah. And a decent one at that. Right. I just look at it and I think to myself, for example, right, I look at Man United, right, the other day, yeah, got slapped, right, by Spurs, right? For me, United have got a poor squad. Poor squad. Their defence, you think ours is bad. I mean, ours has got better. I mean, theirs is an absolute mess. That team got third last season, right? Third. So when I look at that, I think to myself, do you know what? Surely... And obviously, you know, we finished 8th, right, last season. And I keep saying it, our worst league position for 25 years, right? Now, Arteta's come in, who I believe, you know, the board are looking at Arteta as, yeah, he's the one, he's the man, he's the chosen one, right? He wins an FA Cup, brilliant, great, right? So I'm looking at the board. Forget the fans, right, for a minute, because all this nonsense about, you know, will the fans back Arteta? For me, forget the fans for a minute. I'm looking at the board, right? Before we even talk about the fans, let's talk about the board, right? You know, we finished 8th. Now, in my head, I'm expecting, right? And obviously, FFP has been relaxed and all that sort of stuff. And I'm thinking, you know, this is the one summer that I was looking forward to. I know every single summer we hear about that. What's that word? War chest. You know, and you know what I mean? Which is just a little thing, obviously, to sell season tickets and get fans excited, right? But with new people behind the scenes, a new manager, right? You know, Vinay and Edu. Coming on board, I generally thought this is the one summer where I thought, you know what, we're actually going to shock people. You know, we're actually going to shock the football world and actually go out, do it early, and get what's required. I'm not saying, Terry, it's all got to be done in one summer because it's impossible. I get that, right? Yeah. But I would have thought they won't do 100%, but they'll do about 75, 80%. Yeah, you know, and then obviously really go for it. So. Arteta and the board are coming out saying it's a 5-year process, it's a slow process and all that. That's what they're saying to us. Inside that stadium, sod all that. We're going to go for it, right? We're going to go for it. Yeah. And when you seen Liverpool the other day, right? Man United the other day, Chelsea haven't clicked yet. I'm just looking at it thinking it's a wasted opportunity. I can't help but look at it like that. You know what I mean? Because that Man United team finished 3rd. And look how dreadful they are. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at it and think, do you know what? If we'd got all our ducks in a row, then do you know what? This season, in my opinion, we could have really. I'm not saying win the league. I'm not saying that, but we could have really done something, or really given it a good go. And that's what frustrates me. You know, You know what I mean?
Look, I totally agree where you're coming from, and I understand your frustrations. Like you said, I can see both sides. Obviously, that's what I said. I would imagine every Arsenal fan out there, obviously, we all want that. We all want the same thing at the end of the day. We all want to be dominating the bloody Premiership, the Champions League, and everything. Do you know what I mean? Of course we do. All I'm trying to say is that my excitement, my real excitement and frustration will be, especially frustration, like you're saying, that we ain't gone out in the transfer window and we haven't got this player, is next season for me. Because like I know I keep banging on about it, but I mean, if you was to add up now, Diesel, right? If I was to run these players off now, right, and you add up in wages, how much we're going to save, right? Ozil, right? He's going to be off our books next year, right? So you've got Ozil, you've got Konosniak, Mustafi, Socrates, maybe, you know what I mean, another one. So 5 players. Out of them 5 players, well, that's probably well over £1 million a week.
Yeah, you say that, right? The problem I've got is this time last year we were saying the same thing. Next year they're going to be gone. We don't know if these players are going to. We don't know though, do we? I didn't think David Luiz would get renewed. You know,
Sorry, just about, obviously you've got Ozil and David Luiz, like you just said. They've only got a year contract, so that's Ozil's got a year left on his contract. David Luiz only got a year extra. So come next year, that's what I'm saying. Their contracts will end. Yeah,
but when it's Ozil will be gone. I'm confident of that, right? Yeah. Would you be shocked though? I wouldn't be surprised if they sign David Luiz up for another year.
No. Honestly, mate.
You know, and that's what I'm saying. You know, it's right saying that, but if I think like that and it doesn't happen, I'm going to go mad.
Yeah,
you know,
no.
And I'm one of them people. Maybe I expect the worst because anything else is a bonus.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying to you, Diesel. Like you are this season, and quite a lot of fans, rightly so, were in this transfer too. I will be the same next season if we don't go and do that, because that is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting Ozil to be gone. I'm expecting Mustafi to be gone. I'm expecting Socrates to be gone, and all these other players, because obviously not only will we won't be able to sell them, their contract is up anyway. You know what I mean? We're not going to give them another contract. We can't. You know, it's physically impossible for us to give Ozil another stupid mentality contract like that, and he's not even playing. Do you know what I mean? So he's definitely gone, like you're saying.
Oh, no, yeah, he's the one. He's the one guarantee. Yeah. Who's going? But when it comes to the others, I've got to be honest, because I know this club and I know some of the moves that we've made, where me, you, and every other Arsenal fan looks at it and thinks, "You done what?"
Yeah,
that's what. Do you get what I mean, Tel? Let's be honest. Would you put your mortgage on it? I wouldn't.
No. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Let's just get this super chat up. Alexandre, sorry about that. Thank you very much for your contribution, mate. He said, "There's no way on God's earth Partey will flop in the Premier League. He's technically brilliant, dribbles like a Brazilian, tackles like Maldini. He'd be definitely a club legend. He's almost a complete player with the right physicality." Do you agree with that, Diesel?
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, no, he's right. I do agree. I said it earlier on. It's doubtful. I'm just saying, you know, we've had some class players come here, not just to Arsenal, but to the Premier League in general. Class players. Yeah. There's no way they can fail, and yet they do, you know, because of the way this league is. I'm not saying he will. I don't think he will. I think he's going to come. I think he'll take a bit of time to adjust, but once he gets going, I think he's going to be proper. I'm just saying, you know, I think there's a possibility.
Yeah.
No player is guaranteed to come here and light it up.
No,
for me.
No.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. But you know,
so I mean, obviously with the players we've got now, everyone in the chat, I'm interested to see and all what you think, right? So please let us know, Diesel. What is your expectations now with the players that we've got in, right? What I want to do is, right, what I want to do is I want to put this up quickly for you, Diesel, before I give you this question, and the same with and same with everyone else, right? This is possibly the formation and team that we can play going forward, right? The reason why I've got Holding in there at the moment is because, one, we don't know what's happening with Saliba. I would prefer Holding over David Luiz to play next to Gabriel at this precise minute. So this is just my formation if we was going to play this going forward, Diesel, right? So as you can see on the screen, we've got Leno in goal, Tierney left back, Holding, Gabriel, Maitland-Niles in defence, Partey and Ceballos in midfield, Willian in front of a three diamond of Saka, Pepe and aubameyang, right? So then that would also leave Lacazette, Martinelli, Xhaka at the moment, if you know what I mean, Bellerin. You know, we've got a really, really great team and strength in depth. Don't forget, we've still got Cedric to come in, who we don't really know of, Mari to come in, who we don't really know of. You know what I mean? So we're not only have we got a strong 11 now, we've got strength on the bench now, because we haven't had that again for ages. Our bench has been poor for years. So, yeah. I mean, I see a lot of people keep saying about what is Willian going to give us and blah, blah, blah. Willian does strengthen our squad as a whole at the moment. So what's your feelings on that, Diesel?
Yeah, when you when you look at the team there, obviously, look, like you just said, we don't know what's going on at the moment with Saliba. Or Saliba, you know, if it comes out, obviously he's staying, he's happy, it's all rumours tell, then, you know, let's be honest, we'd probably both take Holding out within a heartbeat, you know. So when I, you know, in that defence, Holding for me is the weak link, right? So, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Partey and Ceballos, whilst Ceballos is here, I think we can get better than Ceballos, but whilst he's here, yes, play those two. Do not play Partey and Xhaka.
No.
Sorry, you know, you might as well give Partey a two-man job, right?
Yeah.
Those two, I agree. Willian, whilst he's here, whatever we say, however much moaning we're going to do, he's here, isn't he? He's here, you know. And I actually do like Willian. I think he's a good player. You know, I don't agree with the 3-year contract thing, but you know, listen, we've had worse players here, right? But yeah, I agree, mate. I'll put him there. The main thing for me is aubameyang's he's in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, Pepe needs a run of games, right? We all know he's got ability. You know, he needs a run of games. And Saka on the left, yeah, again, Saka. He needs games. He's got to play games. For him to realise that potential he's got to play consistently. I love the fact that Martinelli's due to. We talk about a new signing. He will be like a new signing. Him. You know, I'm excited because I love Martinelli. I love the work rate, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, Tel. That's what I'm saying. You look at that and you think, you know what? Yeah, there's a couple of positions where I'd like to see strengthened, but on the whole, let's be honest. Yeah, I mean, it's decent, isn't it?
So let me ask you. There's two questions I want to ask you, right? And like I just said, Anthony's answered it here. So looking at that team and the players that I said that we've got strengthened in depth now at the moment, once they're all back on the bench, and that after these 2 weeks, hopefully, most of them will be back. Where do you think this team can end? Before you answer that, Anthony's already said, Terry, I would say 4th or 5th with this team, but we've got another transfer window in January. But these teams, Man United, Liverpool, Man City, aren't playing that great, so anything can happen. What's your thoughts? Everyone else, let us know and all in the chat. Diesel.
Yeah. Do you know what? If this team won't be played, right? We know that, right? And I think it's but if it was to be played, I still don't think we'll get top 4. I'd say top 6. I think we're short of top 4 for me. We're a player or two short. Yeah. For top 4 to win a title, we're about 3 or 4 top players short. Yeah. But as it stands right now, Tel, if I'm honest, if that system was played in that formation and those players are playing in that position, for me, I'd still say top 6. Reason being, other teams have improved as well. You know, you've got to look at that. But but look, it's better than 8th. You know, we're not. the funny thing is, mate, that, you know, I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, you know, we're terrible with this and that." You know, when you look at it like that, well, you know, we're not a million miles away. We're not.
No.
So, you know, I said to you as well. You know, the main thing for me, it wasn't so much buying players. It was my whole thing was getting rid of players. If we'd, you know, it's getting rid of the dross. You know, clear the decks. That was my main thing for this summer. For me, that would be proper improvement. If we got rid of 6, 7 players, you know, this dross, I'll look at that and think, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
And also, sorry, mate, one more thing as well, right? The next transfer window's in January. That's only about 13 weeks away. It's not far off.
No, exactly.
You know, so,
exactly.
Hello,
exactly. Right, so let me ask you another question then. And a lot of people will be saying, really, I think the average is between 3rd and 5th, right? That's what most people have been saying when we're looking at it, right? So after everything we've just talked about, right?
Yeah.
After everything we just talked about, after looking at that spine, after looking at this team, after talking about, you know what I mean, hopefully next season, you know, will be the transfer window for us, because the way I see it, all these players will be off. The question comes back to, at the top of the programme, do you still think that Arteta hasn't been backed?
No, I don't. No.
You still don't think that?
No.
Right, okay. And everyone in the chat, just let us know. I just want to know where your feelings are. When we break it all down, that's what I'm trying to say. When you break it, it's all right just looking at the transfer window and saying, yeah, we could have got like another 2 or 3. Of course, we could have got another 2 or 3 more players in, but we haven't shredded our squad, right? And the reason why we haven't shredded our squad is because the reason that I think is because the players that we've got are not good enough. They're on too much high wages, and no one wants to do that. Come next season, I'm hoping that, this is just my own opinion, I'm hoping that a few of them will be up for their contracts and most of them will be out. And then we can push forward again. Because like you said, Diesel, 3 or 4 more players, even if it's like 2 quality players to come into this team and another 3 strong players that are going to strengthen our squad as a whole, I think then we're talking, mate, personally.
Yeah, you know, right. So what you're saying there, right? So what I'm saying about when I said about obviously, you know, look further than the Premier League, you know, all these other leagues, you know, these players, in my opinion, right? You know, if we had the right people in play, let me tell. I'll put it to you this way, right? If we had Chelsea's right backroom staff, yeah, boardroom, right, half of these players would have been sold.
Yeah,
I firmly believe that, right? And not only that, Kolasinac, wasn't he in Team of the Year in Germany?
Yep.
When we bought him, right? So let's be honest, right? So that sort of kills the argument, didn't it? Because yes, they might have been crap here, right? But Kolasinac, right, was doing his thing in Germany, right? Which is why we got him, right? Yeah. You know, a lot of these players who we've bought were decent at the clubs they were at, hence why we bought them, right? So when I look at that, yes, it's not worked out here. That's not to say they're not going to go somewhere else. We had another centre half called Gabriel. Do you remember him?
Yep.
I can't remember what his nationality was, right? Portuguese, no, was it? Anyway, yeah, we had him, right, Tel, and yeah, he weren't great here, right? The team he's at now, oh my God. Do you know what I mean? He's doing the business. It just goes to show. Do you know what I mean? It's you know, but yeah, if that was Chelsea, mate, then half these players would have been added. And that's why I think he wasn't back, Tel. He came, right, me and you said it, right, the other day. He's come from Man City. Arteta, right? He's worked with a squad like that. Arteta knows what a player is, right? What a good player is.
Yeah.
I don't think he's come here and said, right, I want Mari, I want Cedric. Do you know what I mean? I want Willian, 32 on a 3-year deal. These don't seem like Arteta players to me. They don't. And if they are, and they're the ones he wanted, I'm worried. Do you know what I'm saying?
I totally agree with you. Just before I come to what I was going to say, Diesel, Ogungun, is that how you say it? Ogungun? Ogungun. Big up, lads. We are getting in the top 4 if all of our top players can stay healthy. 4-3-3 is the way to go. We should be able to crush defensive. DVS. I totally agree with you. We've definitely got to play 4 at the back. For me, that's without a shadow of a doubt. But look, what was you saying just before, Diesel?
Yeah, about Mari and Cedric, and
Yeah, no, actually, yeah. Basically, what it is, right? I like you said, I totally agree with you. I think, right, that Arteta's not going to come here and want Cedric and Mari and players like that. Maybe, just maybe, these players was the only. I don't know. I think there was some sort of something in their contracts or something where they said, obviously they're not going to come out and tell us, rightly so. No one does, right? The first year, we haven't, with everything that's going on, we ain't going to have the money to do this, that, and that, blah, blah, blah. Come next year, like I keep saying, once we get rid of Ozil, once we get rid of these other few players, basically you can go out and we're trying to get the players that you want. In the meantime, you've got one or two options that we will try, main options, which obviously Gabriel was and Partey was, because them deals got done and they're fantastic deals. So that's what I'm saying. Come next year, mate, on with you. If we don't go out and we don't go and raid to get 2, 3, maybe 4 fantastic signings, as long as a couple of others, then I will probably be fuming, because the simple fact is we'd have the money and the wages to go and do that.
Yeah, I mean, look, if he's come in, right, and they've said, look, we can't give you what you want for now, right, so you'll have to make do with this. If they got him loans, if these players, Mari, Cedric, if they were loans, right, then I could sort of look at it and maybe kind of believe what you're saying, right, with regards to that, that will do for now. These are players we've bought,
Yeah,
we've bought these players. Cedric, injured, we bought him, right?
Yep.
He got 2 contracts. The first one, he didn't play. Who else other than Arsenal, right, would that happen to? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mari, another one, injured, but yet we give him a 2-3 year deal. We can't get players now. Obviously, I think we're 2 players over, right, who can't be registered. Yeah, there's 2 players you're going to have to miss out, right?
Yeah.
A lot of that is because of these deadbeat players that we've got. And that's what I look at. If you can't give Arteta what he wants until a year's time, get in a couple of loans, right? We've bought these players; they're ours, and they're going to be here for a while. So it's hard to look at it like that. In my opinion,
Yeah.
We don't know who buys the players. Let's be honest, we don't, do we?
No.
Let's be honest here. We don't.
No.
You know what I mean? And if anything, that's a compliment to Arteta, because I don't think he's the type of manager, who wanted who saw Cedric and thought, oh, yeah, I'll have a bit. He can't get. He didn't even get into like Southampton's first team, and this is Southampton. All due respect, right? Mari, no one's heard of him.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
No,
William,
I know what you mean. I do get where you're coming from. Look, I just want to quickly bring up, we've got 272 of you. Thank you so much for watching us, but we've only got 75 likes. Come on, everyone. It takes a second.
It's terrible.
It takes 1 second to hit the like button while you're watching. It's easy done. Let's get the likes up. Come on, people, please. It don't take long. It takes a second, right? 270 people watching us. We need to get it up to there. Come on, please. What was I going to say? Right. Let's move on from this one, Diesel, and get on to the next topic. Let me get it up. And that is this one. Where are we? It is this one here. And that is Mesut Ozil. Gunnosaurus the other day was basically apparently been made redundant, but Arsenal has come out since then and said he hasn't been made redundant, or what it is that obviously where there's no match day programs, there's no stadium tours or anything like that, they basically laid him off for a minute until games come back. That's what Arsenal have come out and said. But Mesut Ozil has come out and said, look, I'm not happy with that, basically. Arsenal, give him, just basically, I will pay his wages and cover it. Now, is this a good, brilliant PR stunt, or is it just a nice gesture? Everyone in the chat, let us know what your feelings are on this. Diesel, I think I know what you're going to say without even coming to you. But let's discuss it. Is it a good gesture or is it a PR stunt? Take it away, Diesel.
You know, this is the bit I've been looking forward to the most. It's no coincidence the people watching goes up when we talk about Ozil because they know what's coming. It's a PR stunt, right? It's a PR stunt. It's a dig at the club to do it a day after. Obviously, we've announced Gunnosaurus, yeah. Do you know what, Tel? I can't stand this player. I'm sorry. People are going to come out and say, "Oh, isn't that nice? Really nice." He didn't do it for the 55 people who got made redundant a couple of months ago, right? You know, that's number one, right? Second of all, right? Why not do it behind closed doors? Why announce it? Yeah, you know, it's and for me, it's typical of his of what he does. It's typical of his PR team. Yeah, right. For me, it's going against the club. For me, you know, one day, obviously, Arsenal announced, obviously, you know, that they're letting go of him. The next day, literally within 24 hours, forget Arsenal. I'll tell you what I'll do for you. Me, I'll cover your. I forget them because he's got to go. And I'll tell you something now, right? I'll tell you something now. I said this to you earlier on, yeah. I said this to you earlier, right? Anyhow, this is why I keep saying, right, this club's finished, right? Yeah, because anyhow, this is the third thing he's done now, right? That, from memory, yeah, right? Refusing the pay cut, yeah. Coming out a couple of months ago and saying, I decide when I leave, me, not the club, me, yeah. And this, and anyhow now, right? The club don't do right. Just pay him up and get rid of him. Get him out of the club. He's toxic. Absolute toxic. He's playing us. He's been leeching off us for years. He doesn't love this club. He don't love the club, right? The man has got no pride. I don't care what anyone says. He's got no shame. He's got no pride, right? He doesn't love the club. He won the World Cup. He's reached the ultimate. He's hit the pinnacle in his career. He don't care. He loves London. He's comfortable here, right? That is it. Do you know what I'm saying? If a club didn't want me out of pride, I wouldn't stay somewhere where I'm not wanted. The club has made it blatantly clear they don't want him. He's probably not even going to get registered, right, for this. And he's happy with that. He's happy. And there's still a lot of fans who love him. I just don't get it, mate. I can't stand him. Hate him. Get him out of the club. Because he's going against the Arsenal now, right? That's how I look at it, right?
Yeah.
Going on like he's bigger than the club. You never would have had Ian Wright, Righty, Bergkamp, Adams. I'd say if they were still in our town, they'd have knocked him out.
The thing is, I do agree with you to a certain extent. Yeah, I do agree with you to a certain extent. But what I can't understand is let's just put it like this: if Kieran Tierney done it, for instance, he would have got nothing but praise. Even if he come out and it was in the news, right? No one would be saying, "Oh, we should." What a lovely gesture, but he should have kept it in house. No one would have been saying that. They would have been thinking, "That's my captain. That's my future captain." Look, because I agree with you. I think back then, I think Tony Adams would have got the players and said, "Nah, mate, you know, this ain't happening. We're all going to whip round together and we're going to, you know what I mean? We're going to real out here." Do you know what I mean? We're going to real out here.
Exactly. That is what Adams, right, would have done. He would have rounded up the players, said, "Look,
I agree with that. I agree with
10% of our salaries, can save these people, right? Because don't forget, us as fans, we only know the players. We only see the players, right? Right? The dinner lady, you know, the people in the canteen. It's all one big family, right? Behind the scenes in the club. And these people, they look after the players, cater for them, cook for them, clean for them, this, that, the other, right? Yeah. So, you know, Tony Adams would have said, right, a bit of my paycheck, a bit of yours. If we donate 5%, we can keep these. He would have done that. Ozil, no, but Gunnosaurus, no.
Listen, the only thing I would say is, that's what I'm saying. Let's take the agenda against Ozil out of it. Take football out of it. Take the wages out of it. Whatever. You know what I mean? Take away everything that we know about Ozil. At the end of the day, it is a nice gesture. If it's a PR stunt and whatever, it's a PR stunt. But at the end of the day, all the players could have turned around and said, no, we're not happy with this. What we'll do is we give up take £500 a week out of our wages, out of the old squad, and then that will keep his job. Like the other 55, I agree with that. I totally agree with that too. But why is it just because of it's Ozil? That's what I'm saying. Just because it's Ozil and the situation with Ozil that he's in with the fans and everything like that. If it was Tierney, if it was, I don't know, for instance, aubameyang or anything like that, it would have got a better press. Let's be honest, it would have done. It would have done.
Oh yeah, it would have done, right? The difference is, right, the difference is, right, these players do it on the pitch, right?
Yeah.
These players show, right, they are contributing to this club in some way. Aubameyang with his goals, right? Tierney with his performances, right? They are contributing to the club. They are earning their money, right? That's what it is. Ozil's not earning his money, right?
Yeah.
Right, and a massive issue, right? As fans, we cry out for transfer, for new players, buy new players, and because of this financial mess that we're in, everyone's looking at Ozil. I mean, he's on a wage like that, and it hurts us financially, But let's be honest, he's also got previous we all know he's got a great PR team, right? And for me, this stinks of PR. I'd have had more respect if he'd done it, obviously, behind the scenes, behind closed doors. But to come out and do it a day after, which for me, I generally think it's a dig at the club. I do. I think it's a dig at the club.
No, I mean, I know what you're saying. All I'm trying to do is just take everything aside, put everything aside. But the actual thing that he's done is a nice gesture. If he's trying to get a dig at the club and a PR stunt, whatever, all I'm trying to say is that really all the players could have come together and done what he'd done anyway. That's all I'm trying to say, I think, personally. Same with the 55 people that are gone. They could have all got together. Like we've said, Tony Adams probably would have got all the players together in the dressing room and said, look, guys, you know what I mean? We're in a bit of a situation here. You know what I mean? Look, if we take £1,000 a week, back then, obviously, it wouldn't be that. But now, you know what I mean? £1,000 a week out of everyone's wages. This would help the club out and blah, blah, and move forward. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Now, look, Lone Star doesn't agree with me on a lot. Yeah? Read that. That is exact, mate. I'll tell you. Yeah, it's the timing. Listen, if he'd left it a week or two, right, I'm going to be honest, I'd have still felt the same thing. Yeah? To do it a day after, that is a dig at the club. I don't care however you slice it. That is a dig at the club, It is a dig. That's him saying, what are you going to do? I'm here. You've got me for a year. What are you going to do? Do you know what I'm saying? Club like Arsenal. My God, we're not Leyton Orient. This is Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? And that is his attitude. What are you going to do? I'm not playing, so I'm not registered for this season. No, sorry. No, not for me.
We've got a super chat here. Look at your phone. Diesel, bro. These people think Arsenal have ambition. They bought Partey because Kroenke's wife address got viral on Twitter. I told you, the hard way only. Yeah.
People think I still have ambition. They bought Partey because Kroenke's wife got address. NBA gaming. Come on, my guy. Do you know what, NBA? This is my theory, right? It's very similar to what you said, yeah. I reckon Arsenal's number one priority was aouar, right? And it was like they played Russian roulette with Lyon, yeah, hoping that obviously, the closer it gets to transfer deadline day, they're going to obviously drop their pants, Lyon, and obviously, take a cheaper price, right? They gambled, right? They called Lyon's bluff, and when that didn't work, yeah, they were in a panic, right? Because they know. Let's be honest, whether fans are at games or not, they know if they hadn't have bought anyone, right, I'll tell you what, there would have been an absolute meltdown, right? Yeah. So, you know what? We'll revert back to Partey, yeah? We know what his price is. No need to haggle. He's got a release clause. All we need to do is meet it. And that is what they've done. And whilst I'm happy with that, great, I don't think Partey was the one they really wanted. They wanted aouar, right? But it didn't work out. So that's why they haven't done it because we're ambitious and we want to put Arsenal back to the top. They done it to obviously avoid a meltdown for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, you know, it's diverse again. Do you know what I mean? The opinions on Mesut Ozil, if it's a PR stunt or, you know, a nice gesture, you know, you make your minds up. You know, it's up to you. NBA Gaming, thank you for your contribution again. He said, bro, it's mad couple of hours after it got leaked. Right, let's move on to our next last topic, Diesel, and that is this one. Obviously, tonight it's been announced that Kieran Tierney was basically next to someone, well, you know, with someone who's contracted the COVID-19 in the Scotland team. And it looks like he's being told that he's got to isolate for 14 days now. So could he miss the Man City game when we come back? Now, I don't know about you, but I thought these players have tests every day or before the match, after the match, and everything like that. Yeah, so just because he's been in contact with someone that's got it, surely if he does a test before the game, he should be all right to play, shouldn't he? Diesel, what we saying?
Yeah, I think the players, they get tested. I'm sure it's once a week or twice a week, because I know I'm sure they get a couple of tests a week. I'm sure it's that. Anyway, obviously we've got the international break coming up. I can't see why it's a case of if he's been around certain people who have been tested positive, then surely when he comes back, all he's got to do is have a test to determine whether he's positive or not. Surely it's as simple as that, right? He has that test. It if it comes up negative, then all is sweet, yeah, all is fine, and he can play. He can play. But look, you know, it's. I'm sure it's probably not as simple as that, but surely that's right, isn't it? He comes back, he has a test. Scotland playing in this international break?
Yeah, Scotland are playing in there, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, if they're having tests every single day, then why can't he have a test in the morning? And if he's clear, why can't he play? I just don't understand it.
I don't get that, mate. Yeah,
it's different if you can't get a test. Then obviously you've got to isolate just in case, because you've got a 10-day period, I think, where you can pick it up in your body if you've been in close contact with someone. But Arsenal obviously are going to pay for him to be tested and things like that. So if it's negative,
I've stolen Lone Star from you, Tel. He's my mate now.
Oh shit! I've got to work harder now and try and get him back, in I.
Yeah.
But no, I just don't understand it, to be honest. You know what I mean, this is what I thought all these tests were for. So I mean, no, this can't be right. Hold up, this can't be right, because when you think about it, right, David Moyes, West Ham manager, right, got tested positive for COVID-19. Surely he would have been around all the West Ham team. So why was they allowed to play in their league matches then, and he had to stay at home?
Yeah, exactly. Because I look at that and I think, God, blimey, you know, we played him not long ago.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember when Arteta had it as well.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I still don't know how it works, right? If anyone in the chat knows, please let us know, because for me, it's just it's as simple as, you know, you go to wherever it is you got to go to, Tel, you have a test, and obviously whatever's, you know, obviously dependent on the outcome of that test. If you are positive, then obviously you self-isolate and obviously you get yourself sorted. If you're negative, it's business as usual. I don't get it, but yeah, you're right, because Moyes hasn't been on the touchline for the last 2 games, has he? Alan Irvine has, you know, which I think if Strings is still in the chat, possibly not a bad move, is it, mate? Because you started winning games. So maybe David Moyes should stay at home. But, you know, it's yeah, surely it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. All right. I mean, hopefully, let's hope to God that it is a bit of fake news, like someone just said. Well, it ain't fake news because obviously the player has tested positive, but let's just hope that Tierney can be back because we definitely need him in the squad against City, Diesel.
Oh, crap. Yeah, listen, we need him in every game, right? You know, I've said it before. For me, he is our captain.
Yeah.
Right. How that man has not been made captain yet. You know what sickens me, right? What sickens me is oh God. The game the other day where Xhaka had the captaincy. Liverpool, wasn't it? In the cup.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm looking at someone like Tierney, you know, Scottish warrior, you know, gives it his all. You know, he just, you know, when you look at him, Tell, and you watch him play, he screams of captain. That's what I see, right, when I look at him. You know what I mean? He's captain material. So sure, you know, people can say he's not been here long or he's still young. And Tony Adams was 17 when he got the captaincy.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying? You know, sorry, the age is irrelevant. If you're good enough, mate, then you warrant it. And I honestly think in years to come, if he's not captain now, he will be in the next 2 years. I do. I honestly do.
Sorry, Alexandre is saying that if you have been around a COVID-19 positive individual, you have to quarantine for 14 days, regardless of your test results, because of the incubation period. Well, like I just said, Alexandre, I totally agree where you're coming from. But then, why was the West Ham team allowed to play? Because he definitely was in contact. I don't care what anyone says with the West Ham players, and possibly all the West Ham staff.
Yeah, see, this is where, for me, it gets really sketchy, right? It gets really sketchy now because you're right. You're right. You know, when you look at, you know, it would have been around the players in the changing rooms, you know, they would have, you know what I'm saying? You know, so, you know, he's been in contact with all of them. So, but they've still been allowed to go out and play. I don't get it, mate. I don't get it. Whether or not he got tested, and obviously, as we all know, David Moyes, he got positive. Would the West Ham players have got tested at the same time? You know, each of them individually tested, and maybe they all come out negative. I don't know, but we haven't heard that, have we? But it's sketchy for me, mate. It's not clear. You know.
Right. Let's move on for that one quickly. What I want to do is I want to get up a little bit of facts. Just a little fact. A little fact that I see earlier on, right? Because obviously we have this Arteta and, you know what I mean, Emery and Mourinho and all that rubbish. Yeah, we have this little thing going on. I just wanted to get this to see what you said, right? What I see earlier on. And that is this. Where is it? Here we go. Arteta, only Liverpool with 34 have won more own Premier League points than 29 since Mikel Arteta's first home game last December.
Only Liverpool have won more Premier League points since Mikel. Oh my God!
What? Only Klopp. Right? Don't forget Mourinho coming before Arteta, Ancelotti coming before Arteta, and Arteta has won the FA Cup on top of that, on the Community Shield, and he's won the most points at home after Liverpool, obviously, well, which is, we all know, would be on top anyway, because they're the champions and they was the best team in England last year without foul. But you know, I can't keep bringing up facts, Diesel. I can't keep bringing them up. Why do people still don't think that this man Arteta is not the right man, or he's still inexperienced? You know, I just don't get it. Why don't people still find it exciting that this man is the right man? I just don't understand it, Diesel. Enlighten me, please. Enlighten me.
It's. I've got no issue, right, in saying, you know, look, you know, it wasn't the one I wanted. I know you wanted him, Tell. You know, I get your reasons for it. You know, everyone has an opinion. You know, everyone's got the right to say. You know, some people have got, you know, have a preference for certain other managers. You know, the lack of experience for me. I think what a lot of it's very mixed because I've seen a lot of people for Arteta, right? You know, what made me laugh was there was a lot of people who didn't want him. He does that very first press conference, and within 45 minutes, people had just done a complete 360 and changed their mind because of how he spoke. You know, and that's not a dig at Arteta. Any manager who comes in can pull off a great, press conference. I could, you could tell. All the guys in the chat could, right? But for me, the proof is in the pudding. You know, it's doing, not saying. Yeah, I love how he talks because you know what? Very similar. He says very similar to what I say. Yeah, because I want more for this club. Yeah, we haven't done enough for me. You know, because I know what we can achieve. If we put our mind to it, this is a massive club. We deserve to be up there, right? And Arteta says very, very similar things. And I like that because he gets it. I do think he gets it. I won't knock him now. He does get it, right? Yeah. But I think I wanted a more experienced manager. And, you know, the reason for... And I love Mourinho. You know, I've got no bones about saying that. I've always been a fan of his. I like him, right? I do like him. But the reason why my dream manager is Diego Simeone, that is my dream manager, yeah? But the reason why I like managers like that, Tel, is because there's no sentiment with those sort of managers. You know, we've got players at this club who, for me, take the piss, right? Year on year. Irrelevant who the manager is, yeah? Starts off well. Once the players get bored or one player falls out with a manager, they create the little cliques in the dressing room, right? And that's how I look at it, right? They down tools under Emery, in my opinion, right? Yeah. They down tools under Wenger. And for me, as much as we didn't towards the end, I wanted Wenger out. For me, he's a large part of why this club has been ruined because he put himself above the club, yeah? But not only that, Tel, a lot of these players, bang average players who are on very generous salaries, are down to him, right? Yeah. But when he needed them, right, they threw him under the bus. And I can't forgive that. I'm sorry, I can't. The whole reason you're here and on money that you wouldn't be on anywhere else is down to that one man there. Yeah, but when he was getting crucified, Tel, none of these players come out and backed him. None of these players went onto the pitch and thought, we're going to do this for the gaffer. None of them. You know, and I'll make Ian right. True in what he said, yeah, when we lost 6-0 at Stamford Bridge. A couple of weeks before that, that's when Mourinho obviously was, you know, slagging off Wenger. And even he said, you know, if someone had done that to George, my God, we were meeting him in a couple of weeks at their place. Christ, it would have been a war. You know what I mean? And that's what I like. So, but these players, they didn't do it for Wenger, yeah? So, for me, you know, these players have sold him out. They sold out Emery. I think Arteta's got a lot more lovers than what he did, if I'm honest, because of obviously the FA Cup and, you know, he has made us more hard to beat. I think this attractive football thing is a myth, if I'm honest. For me, we're not playing too dissimilar to what Mourinho's known for. I'll take that in hard games against the Man Cities, the Liverpools, you know, those big games. But when you're home to Sheffield United and West Ham, I'm sorry, player for player, we're better. You know, so go at them, attack. Right?
Eagle, you saying that now? We've got a player like Thomas Partey, who we can be at the moment. I mean, let's be honest, we don't know how he's going to settle in the Premiership and whatever how he's going to adapt and all that. But we've got a player that we at the moment think we can trust in midfield now. That will help out our defence and then get us going forward. At the moment, personally, even with Xhaka, I know he plays him and he's playing these other. I don't think. Look, I know he's playing them. I don't understand why he's playing them. He obviously, you know, thinks he can change. I don't know. But these ain't going to be his players going forward. Let's be honest. Xhaka ain't going to be his player going forward. Kolosiak ain't going to be his player going forward. That's what I'm saying. You know, we're getting in these players that he wants that will, you know, will carry us forward from that. Partey, the Gabriels, the Tierney, you know what I mean? The Saka, the Aubameyangs. It's all going to change soon. That's what I'm saying. Not right now, and I understand what you're saying that we're playing that sort of way of the Mourinho way, maybe, if you want to say it like that, or what, you know. At the moment, that's the way he's playing because I don't think he fully trusts his players, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but right, you say that, yeah. But that's like subjective, though, isn't it? Because how do we know that he doesn't, like you just said there, right? Granit Xhaka, for example, we don't know that he going forward, he don't want him. He might want him. We was on the verge of selling Xhaka. He only stayed because of Arteta. That worries me. And I said it to you at the time. Let's be honest, and it's not a tit for tat kind of thing, right? But let's have it right. If that was Emery who'd have done that, and I'll always revert back to that because there's got to be consistency, right? Irrespective of who the manager is. If he'd have done it, he'd have got pelted. Yeah. Arteta does it, nothing gets questioned. And I don't understand that. What goes for one must go for the other. That's how I've always looked at it, right? Yeah. And you've got to be consistent with what you say, yeah? And I think, we know Granit Xhaka is not good enough. I don't rate him at all. I haven't forgiven him for that. I never will. I stand by that. But I've also said in another league, it wouldn't surprise me if Xhaka moved abroad and turned into a player. More time on the ball. And this league is just not suited for some players, and he's one of them. Yeah. So when we were close to getting him out to that German club, and Arteta sort of more or less begged him to stay. For me, I thought, Mikel, what are you doing? What are you doing? We struggle selling players as it is. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. But
no, I get where you're coming from, mate. Sorry, look, we've got NBA Gaming who's been up there for He's put Diesel Bro, summer signings of all time is happening. Arsenal fan base to FBI is here we go. They are already working, bringing in El Chapo son.
El Chapo! Melbourne NBA. Do you think we'll get anyone in January? Do you think we'll be active?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think personally, this is just myself again. I think we will at least get another key mark signing, even if it's just one.
Okay.
Even if it's just one, I do. Obviously, because not only that, hopefully by then in January we'll have some idea of what's going on with the situation with the virus and things like that. Do you know what I mean? With clearer guidelines of getting fans back and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, look, Farhan said it. That's another thing, right? That David Luiz. And let's be honest, at the time, me, you and Claude both said, what?
Exactly. No, I totally agree. I totally agree with that. But like I said, it might have been a case of, look, you've got to put up with what we can for this year. We get a couple of marquee signings in that you want, and then moving forward next year, like I said, we get most of these deadwood off of our books, including Ozil, and then we can move forward with the players that you want to get. Let's be honest, Diesel. I mean, you say it yourself. Let's be honest. We all know he's come from Man City. He's come from being under Guardiola. He's come from coaching fantastic world-class players.
Yeah, what you just said it there, Tel. That is what. So when you ask me the question, do you think he's been backed? Right.
Yeah.
That's why I look at. I think right. Let's obviously sum it up. Right. If you look at the players that we've brought in, not just in this, obviously, but you got to include Cedric and Mari and and obviously Willian. Right? I like Willian; he's a good player, right? But I look at what. I try and read between the lines of what Arteta says in his, his press conferences. I get the impression he wants to build here. He wants to build, right? Young players, young, hungry. You know what I'm saying? Not 32-year-olds on a 3-year contract, right?
Yeah.
For me, that wasn't him. Yeah. For me, Cedric wasn't him. For me, Mari wasn't him. So when I look at that, I think to myself, can you honestly say he's been backed? If we've had 3 players come in that weren't his, for me the answer is no. You've got to be honest.
You can look at it at that angle, and you can look at it at the angle that I'm coming from. That's what I'm saying. I truly believe when he says that, yes, they're backing me, they're doing everything I said, because exactly what I've said before. They might have said to him, look, we ain't going to be able to do loads this summer window. We'll be able to hopefully go out and get you 1-2 key signings, and then a few fringe players that will get you over this season. And then maybe in January, we might be able to get 1 or 2 others, right? Come next season, like I said, get rid of the Deadwood, get rid of Ozil, and then let us know who you want, and we can go out and get 3, maybe 4 key signings. Maybe they said that to him, and that's why he's coming out and saying, well, yes, believe me that they're backing me when I tell you that. Because if they wasn't, like he's been saying, I wouldn't be here. And let's be honest, we've gone out and got them 2 great players, Partey and Gabriel, start off with to sort out the spine, what we've been crying out for years and years and years.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, I know what you're saying. Look, Gabriel, the Gabriel thing. I mean, let's have it. You know, he's not great. You know, not yet. Potentially, you know, we still don't know how that's going to come. You know, pan out because Mustafi had a very great start here. Let's be honest, right? Look what happened there, right? Yeah. So yeah, I get that. That's more potential for me, right? The Partey thing is massive. That is honestly, it's
statement.
It's you know, whatever the board's true intentions are, right? You know, you can't deny. I don't know any Arsenal fan who's not happy with that signing, right? Yeah, absolutely brilliant signing. My whole thing now is right. Build. Do you know what? Build around him. Build around him. You know, let's not forget we've got Martinelli to you know, come back, who potentially for me could be a world-class player. Saka. When you look at the, you know, the youngsters we've got, you know, we've got 2 or 3 there where you think, do you know what I mean? They could do something, you know.
And don't forget, sorry, just I mean, we haven't even mentioned about how many young players that we've bought.
Sexy.
Sorry, I was going to have a fucking night off, but you really fucking wound me up, mate. You really wound me up.
What's going on?
Comparing Leno to fucking...
Come on, Claude. Claude, you heard what I said, though, didn't you? Layman. What did I say? Claude, layman. Thank you. Layman's levels.
I thought I'd let that one go. Then you put all this facts thing up.
Yeah.
Ignore it. Well, why don't you put the away stats up? Why where's
the away stats then?
And lost to Brighton and lost to Man City comfortably. You put the home facts up under Arteta, but you failed to put the away ones up.
Well, I will get the away facts.
By the way, in that home record, you seem to forget to put that defeat against Olympiacos in the Europa League. You forgot to put that one in as well.
I didn't put any in. I just said he's won the most points after Liverpool. That's all. That's all I said.
Oh yeah, but then you forget the fact the most important thing is what cost us probably the Champions League place. Is that he lost to Olympiacos.
No, the most important thing that we've got to remember is the reason why we weren't in the Champions League is because, let's be honest, right? Every Arsenal fan put all their eggs in one basket with Emery because we all thought he is the manager of the Europa League because he's won it 3 years on a trot. And we automatically went out and thought, oh, this game against Chelsea in the final, where is he going to win? Because he's the manager. He's the manager of the Europa League. And let's be honest, when we started that game, from start to finish, it was absolute fucking shit. Shit. Absolute shit. But we all thought we had the right to win that game because Emery, who is the manager of the Europa League, who won it 3 years on the trot, we thought we had the right to win that without even playing. Let's be honest. He was the one that gave us that didn't get us Champions League, not Arteta. Let's have it right. Come on. And he didn't give us Champions League the year before when we was in top 4, and all we had to do was not lose in 4 or 5 games. Facts again, Paul. Facts again.
Terry, we got knocked out by Olympiacos. At least Emery took us to the final, and he beat these European opposition.
And you're right. And Arteta took us to a final, and he won it in the FA Cup. He won it, and then we went.
About the one that matters. The one that matters is the Europa League, which
exactly
into the Champions League.
Exactly, but Emery couldn't do it. Emery couldn't do it. The God.
Can I also my point? I want to make a few points on your spine. Yeah,
go on, mate.
It's all very well, right? Gabriel, right? And I don't want to dampen anything on anyone's parade here.
Exactly.
But Gabriel is a good young guy. Let him develop. let's not already make him the Sol Campbell or anyone else yet.
No,
the spine
exactly.
will come when he hits his peak.
No.
He's not hit his peak yet, so that's when the spine will come. Because I've got a warning. I've got a warning for everyone in here. I've got a warning. Gabriel will have bad games. It's not his fault. He's still
Exactly.
Centre halves do not peak until they're 25, 26 years old, right?
Yeah.
And he's going to have dodgy games. And with the players around him that he's got at the moment, it's not that great.
No, you're totally right.
To say he's part of a. I hear this word today. The spine is complete. It's all bullshit.
No, I didn't say complete.
No, but not you. Other people.
Yeah.
Let's put it all into perspective here. Thomas Partey is coming into a midfield, which is not as organised as Atletico Madrid under Simone, one of the best managers and disciplined. Right. So he's got to play now with different players.
Yep.
So it's not gonna just slot in and it's all gonna work magic, because he's gonna play with different players. He's not gonna play with this he's been playing with over the years and an organised system. Yeah. Am I right there? So
no. Listen, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. What all I was trying to say was, I don't know if you heard it properly, was that when was the last time we had a strong spine at the moment as good as that?
It's strong on paper, but it's not.
Yeah, on paper. That's all I'm saying. That's all I was saying. Yeah, that's all I was saying. I'm not saying. Obviously, I wasn't saying that bloody hell these are going to be as great as the team which it was. You know what I mean? Because obviously you can't predict that. But all I'm saying is, instead of all of us looking for the negatives all the time, why can't we look for the positives? That's all. That's all.
The Tierney situation is the player himself. This is what's happened. The player himself is saying that he was not in close contact with any of these other players.
Oh, Tierney, was that, Claude? Sorry.
Yeah, he's saying that's why he's frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's frustrating. He's frustrated. Arsenal have put a complaint in about this. They're not happy.
Yeah.
So this is going to go on and on. I think this could go on and on, this thing, because at this present moment they've sent him home, and he doesn't think he should have been sent home.
Yeah.
He said he wasn't. In other words, if he's sent home, they should have sent the whole lot home.
Well, exactly. I don't understand it. Why it's just a couple of players, Claude. You know.
So he's really fuming. And, so I've got a feeling if he's out of that Man City game, it's going to be hell to pay, because it's Thomas the Tank Engine is back.
We can't hear you, Claude.
Right?
We can't hear you.
Yeah. Anyway, by the way, the squads, announcing the squads, I've just found out the Premier League squad has to be decided by the 20th of October. So they've got until then to decide that. And the Europa, I think it's either today or tomorrow. So,
yeah.
But
your sound is terrible. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
They are saying.
We can't hear you, Claude.
Not proposal of the ones that have been left out for the Europa League.
I'll say it again. Sort out your mic, Claudiola.
Right, listen, Claude, I know you've only just come on, but oh, he's gone now. I was going to say I need to get going now. I just want to. I don't know if you want to carry on, Diesel, or that's it.
Yeah, I think we've covered it all, haven't we, mate?
Yeah, we covered it all. Look, I just want to say honestly, thank you so much for coming and watching us tonight. We had 300 of people watching us live. Please just hit the like button, and don't forget, honestly, please just like, subscribe, and share. The more that you like it, the more that you share, and the more people we get subscribing, we can do much better things with the channel. Get cameras, you know what I mean, mics and different things. So please, if you like what we're doing, help us out and just hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I want to thank every one of you for coming over and watching us. Claudiola for making the guest appearance right at the end. Diesel, thank you very much for being with me again tonight. I really appreciate it, mate.
No, that's all right, mate. No, anytime. I've just been. It's funny you was talking about the likes. I've just been checking them. Oh, hang on. And we are on. What's going on here? Hang on. 143. 143.
We can do better, man. We can do
What,
better.
right? Yeah, exactly. If we're going to go any second now, 143, can we at least get to 150? I'm not asking for a lot, right? We can get that just before we go. It would make our night.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and don't forget, like I said, so next Friday, the only Voice and Horses show, without fail, that will be on next Friday. And yeah, and we'll be having other stuff coming up. So please hit the notification bell on YouTube and all, so that whenever we put something out, when we're going to go live, you will get it come straight to your phone or your computer or whatever, and it will let you know. But yeah, thank you very much. Just want to say, really appreciate it. Really enjoyed it tonight, Diesel. Really enjoyed it, mate. Great chat. And
we can't go yet till. Hang on. Oh, blimey! I was just about to say to you, right? We're 3 likes short.
Yeah,
it was on 147. It's jumped up to 154, and that is why this is the best chat room. I keep saying it.
Yeah.
Love you guys, honestly. Loyalty, class. 154. I'll take that. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Very much.
As Lone Star says, lovely jubbly.
Lovely jubbly.
Come on. What's a plonker? Come on. Smash the mic. These 2 plonkers here.
Like we said, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. See you all soon. Have a great night, people. Peace out.
Cheers, guys. All the best. Love yous. Time to go.